Hello, everyone. I want to convert this podcast in more local angle. Bulgaria. Where is Bulgaria? What is needed to be done for a successful future payment? My guest is Fernando Rodragues, Deputy Director of Bizum. I want to continue with you how you see Bulgaria, how you see our Blink, and what we need to do more in order to sit on the European table and offer the same level of payment instrument like you, Bizum.
Thank you, Stolka. Thank you for having me. Well, I think in the end, the euro will help a lot in that regards. But you're doing great. I mean, in terms of cooperation, I think it's key for payment solutions to build this type of scalability, this network effect. So you need this cooperation for all the participants in order to build the acceptance and in order to create awareness around the brand, because the brand is going to be the label for the users to identify themselves and they be aware that they can pay with this service. The method needs to be, in order to be adopted by the merchants, they're saying it should be cheaper, it should be convenient, and it should be really simple for the users. And I think this is the things that account-to-account payments can offer to the merchants, because in the end you provide better user experience at some point than the international card scheme, the domestic card schemes at some point, because you benefit from alias lookup. You can build on top of that value-added services, and I think that in the end consumers are willing to embrace this type of solutions.
I think we are lucky because we develop our mobile scheme based on the SEPA instant standard. If we have a common settlement, we can not only interoperate, but we can create new products, not only for the local needs, but for the European needs. What do you think, how we can continue? Because we know that you are a company founder of Europea. So how we can go further with this initiative, and what you can propose to us?
As I said earlier, I think euro will help a lot, because it's true that the underlying instrument, underlying settlement, instant payments is going to be key. But I think in the end, euro, it will help the customers, so they don't need to think in another currency when they are sending money from euro country to non-euro country. So if we are both on the euro, I think it will be easier for the customers. And I think we are waiting for you with open arms. We are building this open framework, so all the countries in Europe that are willing to join, so we can build this interoperability. So in the end, we think that we can provide is a better framework for participants that are willing to join, that build together what's look like the future pan-European solution based on instant payment. So I think it's a really good timing to join, so they can participate in the co-creation of this new interoperability effort.
We as a country, we as a Big Card Blink always have supported the different initiative. That's why we supported the C-Pace initiative, to be independent and to be sure that one day we will be ready and to open our market for acceptance. We like the concept of Europea to be participated after Euro adoption, and we are open to all the European initiative. Support us reaching more European acceptance. For the customer, the value is the cross-border. I hope that we can continue together and to follow these standards together. What could be the Bulgarian path? Which use case? First use case is P2P, and we have our local service. I can connect to you through some standard, Europea standard, and I can send to Spanish citizen via mobile. What is the next use case Europea will cover?
So we're starting with P2P because it's the easiest use case, so you don't need more than one type of customer behind the solution. So that's where we're starting, because we think to keep things simple. So otherwise, we think it's not going to work. So the next stage will be building e-commerce and then POS, because that's how many services starting. I think in the case of Blink, you're also going to cover this path. So for the Europea case, I think in the end, what we're experiencing is that we can build this cooperating among all the solutions. And when it comes to use cases, I think that merchants are really looking into account-to-account solutions. But it's not only building together the better user experience of the powerful brand. We are also building value-added services on top of that, like payouts, for example. So there are many companies in Spain that are willing also to send cashbacks or redeem coupons for customers just using the phone number. Also, I think it's very important identity. So identity, digital identity, we think bank solutions can offer a really key role in this regard. So because in the end, they know your customer, the banks have a lot of data about the customers, they are highly regulated, so why not leverage on that so customers can be empowered with the use of the data how they want. So this is something that we think. And loyalty. We think also loyalty is going to bring a lot of to the customers. So having these options for cooperation with merchants, so they can also have these programs with them, they will ensure that users won't perceive only this type of solutions like a way to pay, but also as like ecosystem, so they can do many things.
It will be very interesting for me to participate this discussion in Europea because we know that we are member of EMPSA and Europea is separated as an initiative. Somehow some countries they went to Europea, others still in EMPSA. Is there a difference or how you explain from one side is EMPSA with more than 10 mobile solution and Europea with I think still 3, but intention of other 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's right. So in the end, Europea wouldn't be possible if EMPSA would be there in the beginning. So I think we're benefit from the discussions, the open exchange that we have within EMPSA. So EMPSA is a really good forum to exchange ideas, to lobby, to have with a single voice towards European authorities. And what the work we've done in EMPSA, building this type of standards, we are benefiting from this in order to build Europea. Because in the end, in order to build interoperability, you need many more things. So you need a business model, you need a legal framework, you need many more things. So even maybe creating a new company. So these are the things that we discuss in Europea. So Europea is open to EMPSA members and non-EMPSA members in the end. So we are part of EMPSA because many the founder solutions were also part of EMPSA. So in the end, they are benefiting mutually from those experience. I mean, we embrace that all the EMPSA parties will join eventually into Europea.
I have a feeling that there is a competition between the card people, card expert and payment expert. I have the feeling even in the banks, some of the card people, they're saying, okay, you are going to kill our business. It's not the case. Maybe we are one of the countries where we started with card scheme and payment arrangement, payment service, and we can have the beauty of this merge because we have the network, we have the ready network with the POS infrastructure, everything card brings us. Do you think that we have to search cooperation with card expert and to see, because there is a moment, the four-party model?
Yeah, totally. Totally. I think in the end, we should see this as a single P&L. So we are part of the same team. So regardless you work more on account to account on a card, I think we are part of the same team. And I think in the end it's really good for customers because they will have more resilience. So it's one of the objectives of the Eurosystem payment retail strategy. So build resilience in the system and be independent from third parties. So building this type of solutions based on account to account, we will be leveraging the know-how from the card people. So it's not something that we are building something from scratch. I mean, we are benefiting from what you did in CPACE. We are benefiting from the existing infrastructure that we have at the POS with the NFC. So there are many good things about the cards, but it's true that people are evolving. They prefer choosing other payment means. So we're leveraging the existing experience that we have. So cards is one of them, and we are benefiting from that. So I think we should cooperate, and I think this is changing. And now we have a common vision in this regard.
Yeah, I think we should cooperate strongly. For example, we as a scheme, we are we are ready to put the standards of Europea, of Wero in our scheme rules, and in order our banks to put this as a standard. So at the end of the day, you are going to with your phone to the merchant and nobody see what is the logo.
Yeah.
The cashier not in seeing your phone, it's this brand or this brand. The important thing is that this brand is to be accepted per a standard.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, what we're trying to do is cooperate with many solutions as possible. So we are taking into account the standards that are existing. So we're building this on top layer that we will find as the common one when it comes to cross-border. So you mentioned cross-border is a really good value for the customer. So what we're trying to do is, okay, so you are paying domestically, it works perfectly fine, but you go abroad and it doesn't work. So that's what we want to fix. So we want to fix this. I think Wero also is in the position to find this cooperation useful for them, for the markets. And I also embrace that Borica Blink will join soon. So we think we can build a union front. I think we are united, make us strong. So I think this is something that in Bulgaria is really a motto. So we think this is going to be the case also for the payment industry.
Thank you very much, Fernando, for this conversation. I think we can continue working for the future in payments in Europe, and we are going to cooperate in the European initiative, and let's hope we have new European payment instrument on the POS.
Let's do that.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So we continue with the second guest, being in the panel discussion of DigiPay 2025. This is Pьотr from EPI. I'm questioning now from the local angle. I had Fernando, now I want to hear your perspective. Building trust both among banks, end users, merchants, is a key in our market, and I suppose it's not only for our market. What practices from the countries you are positioned you can recommend us?
Very good question, first of all, very real one. I believe that trust is a foundation of any payment system, both in Bulgaria, in Europe, and outside. And I believe without trust, even the best technology won't scale. What we have seen in the markets where we launched, and as a small reminder, it's Germany, France, and Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg following up next year. We see multiple trust building factors, but for the sake of our conversation, let's focus on maybe 3 very different ones. First of all, and among all, I believe is consistency, collaboration, and unity among banks. If you will look at our core markets, all the big banks, they decided to act as one under European Payment Initiative, right? And what does it mean? It means that they decided to act under one brand, Wero. They decided to support one core system behind it and to follow one EP rulebook. So I believe they realized that they can go quite far alone. They can go even further when they will go together as a market, and they will achieve even bigger goals when they will do it cross-border. Because as you know, EP shareholders are several banks from different countries. So I believe the real strength is in this unity among the banks.
So this is the motto of today's panel discussion. I said that we are celebrating 140 years when Bulgaria is united. This is our motto, that unity makes us strong. So it's obvious that we have to cooperate each other. That's why we announced that we are ready to connect with both alternative European solutions. So in Bulgaria, our members, they decided the new services to be standardized in their mobile banking. They didn't push us to go to the standalone application and so on. How you see and what you can propose to the banks in Bulgaria in order they to accept Wero?
Good question. I think Bulgaria is in a very good spot already with successful implementation of instant payments, Blink P2P, but also B-card, a local card scheme with a tremendous acceptance network across the country. I think the motivation for the banks in Bulgaria will be threefold. First of all, it's about the economies of scale and also the network effect, because they would join a big project. They could reuse, they could leverage everything what was built already by our shareholders for Germany, France, and Belgium, right? They don't need to build it alone. We talk about a shared investment. We talked about shared research and development, and most over, it's about shared capacity to build the new things. You are not alone in that, right? I would say the second thing, it's acceptance network. B-Card, Blink is amazing within Bulgarian borders. But let's imagine a Bulgarian tourist going to Germany, France, or Belgium, or vice versa, when they can really pay directly from their account abroad. And I think last but not least is to create even a stronger leverage, even stronger bargaining power in creating a competition to international card schemes and other tech giants who are coming to Europe from the overseas.
Do you think that this will motivate the bank to accept Wero as a European payment alternative in their banking apps?
I think so, and I believe that there is space both for the pan-European standards like Wero and also the local players who are addressing particular use cases for our local users. So I believe it's not about losing your Bulgaria identity, it's about upgrading it to the European one. And I think a comparison here is good with accepting Euro. You are entering the Eurozone in January 2026, and it doesn't mean that you will be less Bulgarian. It means that you will stay Bulgarian, but you will be even more European. So this is how I think about Wero, where you are Bulgarian, you may have your local solution, which can cooperate, be interoperable, can share some of the use cases with Wero and open Blink or B-Card to the rest of the Europe.
Thank you, Pьотr, for this conversation, and we are going to stay in touch in order to see our future collaboration.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to everyone who turned in this special edition of our Financial Blink podcast. Today, we have discussed about Europe and European sovereignty in payments. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please share and subscribe. See you!